An opportunity. They trust everyone. We give them the information. Throw your pitches, rely on your defense, do your job. I don't care if you're the 26th man, the 40th man on the roster, or Mookie Betts. Do your job. We have your back.
And they communicate. They let them know. Like you said, he goes, yeah, I knew probably most likely I'd be in this game at some point. Timing of it, yeah, maybe a little different than he expected, but at the same time, he got the job done. I also thought that was a great play by Max Muncy. You know, when he got that ball coming in, sometimes when the runner goes down like that, it takes you off balance as well. And he did a good job holding on to it. It was wet out there as well, and then making sure he got the tag and still finish off the play. It was a good job.
All right, and a great job for the Dodgers. Great win to open up this 3-game series at Citi Field in New York. And 3, they are now 90-38. Look at the winner, Heath Hembree, his Dodger debut. And Jake Reed getting the save. Both guys just called up earlier in the day. Andrew Heaney went 5 innings, allowed 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, 8 strikeouts. Gavin Lux 2 for 4 at 3 RBIs. Trace Thompson went 2 for 4 with a double, reach base 3 times. Here's what's coming up this week on the Dodgers calendar. Tyler Anderson gets the start tomorrow at 4 against Jacob deGrom. Kersh is back for Thursday afternoon's series finale at 1 p.m. Then it's back home to face the Padres on Friday, the first of 9 meetings in September against San Diego. On Monday, the Giants come to the Ravine. All of these games on Sportsnet LA except for Sunday's game. That will be nationally televised on ESPN. Stop me if you've heard this before. Jake Reed saves the day, getting his first career save. Let's go back to New York right now and hear from the skipper. He is talking to Kirsten and the media.
Day first, just Jake Reed, see him come out and get his first career save. What does it say about, you have guys stepping in, especially when you had some arms down today?
This is one of the great moments for me personally. I just had a chance to spend some time with Jake, and he was really emotional and said that it was more emotional than his major league call-up. And just, for him to be on the taxi for seemed like a week, but to be ready when called upon. Obviously our bullpen was in the thick of it, so to be able to rely on him, and he was going to finish the game however that meant, and it was just good the way it worked out, and just so happy for him.
It's no secret this team got in extremely late last night, and they would never use exhaustion as something, but how did you see them push through to get this win tonight? I
think that's what we did. We pushed through, and it's a very good ball club over there, so the crowd was energetic, and if you're here, you might as well try to win the game. So our guys had that mindset, and we scored enough. I thought Andrew was really good, gave up a couple long balls, but I thought he threw the ball well. I thought Austin was fantastic throughout the night. I thought Evan and Alex came in and did a really nice job, and then obviously finished it up with Jake, but we got the timely hitting. I thought Gavin took some really good at-bats. I thought Trace did the same thing, so scored just enough.
Coming into the game, could you have imagined bringing Jake in with a 1-run lead in the 9th like that?
I think tonight we had 4 arms that we were going to use, so it was more of just kind of piecing the puzzle together, and then after Andrew, I felt, was done after 5, and that was all he needed to give us, then we just kind of had to piece it together.
So nobody else was available? Like, it's just
Correct.
Just based on usage?
Just based on uses, and if you're looking at, having Jake at the back end, he has the most coverage for us to go back out there. So that's kind of how it played out.
And that's why you don't save Evan to close.
That's right.
You talked about on nights Craig's down the rest of the way, maybe using the 9th as a chance to give guys opportunities to do that who might have to do in October. Is there a consideration to do that at all, to move it around and have one of your, more usual leverage guys pitch there at the end?
Well, we just didn't have anyone available. It's if we use Evan and save Evan and something happens, then we have no one behind him. So you have to kind of, protect other guys as well.
And there was no consideration for a second inning for Evan?
No, he just pitched yesterday, no.
How important has Gavin Lux kind of growing into himself been for you guys this year?
It's really fun to see. I think he's sort of Freddie Freeman light. He's really seen firsthand what Freddie does on a daily basis, and I think if there's any one mentee that has kind of gone under Freddie's wing, it's Gavin. And that's the preparation each day. That's, even that last pop-up by Trace, he's running full bore around third base, and that's stuff that Freddie does. And the at-bat quality, being able to kind of check down and drive a run in by shortening your swing. It's what Freddie does. And so these are his words. And so just to see that for me, I know he's on the right track, and his growth has been exponential, and he's going to be big for us.
Dave Roberts saying that Gavin Lux has been fun to see. Nomar, the way that he's grown this season, calling him Freddie Freeman light. Now, only his second start in the last 8 days was dealing with a bit of a neck issue, but tonight came up really big a couple of times.
Yeah, he was huge. He was clutch. That's, I guess you spell Lux with clutch, right? Right? Is that? Just wanted to make sure I got that right.
That's my Southern Illinois education right there. Putting it to good use.
Wanted to say that. But at the same time, though, he was talking about Freddie Freeman. And you know what? These at-bats kind of reminded me of Freddie Freeman. Going the other, staying on the ball. We're going to go to the K-zone and look at these clutch at-bats that he had. They were huge for the Dodgers' victory today. You know that Taijuan Walker has a split finger here. It looks like this one was a split finger, but it was up. That's exactly where you want to get his split finger. But the other thing, it was away. So it's one thing to get it up in the zone. It's another thing for it to be away, and it was tailing away from him. Instead of him trying to pull this ball, he keeps his head down on it. He keeps his weight back. He stays back and just takes his hit the other way. It was an excellent. This is not an easy at-bat. You got a fastball away, another fastball away. You got a 2-0 count. Good slider there in a 2-0 count. And then another fastball. The way he releases the ball behind him and he kind of slings it. That was a really good slider that he fought off. Now he's 2-2. Now he works it 3-2. This is a really good pitch too, right there as well. It was down, it was away. It was also a slider, a guy who's kind of bringing it from the three-quarter action, throws mid-90s on the fastball, then he gets this slider that is going away from him. He just stays on it long enough. He just trusts his hand, barrels it up, and flicks it up the middle of the field. Great at-bat.
You can see in his face the confidence he has. Even with 2 strikes, he knows exactly what he wants to do. He has a game plan. And you know what? More times than not, he knows he's going to be successful with his game plan. I love what Dave Roberts called him Freddie Freeman light. That is a compliment, really a huge compliment. Him using the whole field, especially with 2 strikes. And then if you try to get in on him a little bit, he will jump you as well. So he continues to improve, hitting above 290 against left-handed pitching. Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah. Great breakout season for Gavin Lux. Dodgers get the win over his last 3 starts. Andrew Heaney has struck out 28, and he's walked only 2. We will hear from the Dodgers starting pitcher.
Cruz slapping it the other way right there, rounding first base. And Gnomes, you touched on it. Right out of the box, he was hustling, thinking and smelling double, knowing I got to get in scoring position, help this team out. Great hustle there by Freddie Freeman. Really a complete ball player, offensively, defensively, and with his legs.
Dodgers get the win 4-3. Andrew Heaney did not factor in the decision, but let's hear from him right now with Kirsten and the media.
All right, just Andrew, today's outing. How would you assess how things went, and how are you just able to kind of find ways to navigate through their lineup?
Yeah, it got a little odd in the first. Obviously, not a play that if I could go back and do it again, maybe do a little differently. But able to get out of there just with the 1 run, and then a couple solo homers. Solo homers generally don't beat you. I don't love it, but a couple. 1 okay pitch, and then just 1 mistake right there to Canna, and a couple other things to clean up. But offense again does a great job of getting an early lead, and then bullpen just nails locking it down.
Honestly, I hate to ask you to kind of go back to that error in the first inning, but what in the moment, just take us to what you saw and what made you kind of go after that play.
Yeah, I mean, ball down the line right there. Like, obviously, you have a decision to make whether you want to just let it go foul or pick it up. I kind of saw it wiggling. Looked like it was kind of going back towards in play. Sometimes a situation like that, if you can field it and throw it into the runner's back, they're going to call it because he's on the line right there. He's not running in the lane, so I was just trying to flip it into his back. I missed it, flipped it into right field. So if I could do it over again, either don't miss him or let it go foul. But it just kind of, from my perspective, it looked like it was going to stay on the line. So I was just trying to make a play, and early in the game like that, probably should err on the safer side. So just. You don't have much time, just got to make a quick decision.
But you were able to limit the damage after that. How do you shift your mindset to kind of just reset and lock back in?
Yeah, I mean, just gotta do it. I don't know. I mean, you know that you got a runner on third there, right? So just got to get soft contact or a strikeout, and then got to 2 strikes on Lindor, hit him, and then was fortunate enough that they ran into an out there, and that kind of helped. Helped a little bit, get stealing out there. It was a great job by Barnes, and so just that's kind of how it went.
Jay here, we've got about 10 minutes left in our postgame. First career save. Let's hear more from him right now with the media.
Well, Jake, we talked on the field. That's very emotional first career save, just the moment. How are you feeling now? It's been a couple of minutes. How are you now?
I'm feeling good. A little sweaty. Just feel like I haven't gotten to like calm down or cool off, but good. I'm excited for the bus ride to just kind of hopefully take some time to kind of reflect on it and stuff, but pretty cool moment, like Doc came up and said no one will ever be able to take that away from you, and it's true, so just thankful again to just get an opportunity in that situation. I know we were down a lot of arms in the bullpen tonight, and that's kind of what led to it, but I'm just thankful they trusted me enough,
Do you have the ball yet, and do you know what you're going to do with it?
I don't have it yet. I gave it to Javi, and I'm sure he's going to get it authenticated, and then probably just put it at home in the office, yeah.
Did you have an idea coming into tonight that you might have a chance to come in a close game in the 9th in a spot like that?
Yeah, I had a good idea at some point. Kind of no matter what the score was, I was going to get in just based on who we had available. And that's one of the things I really appreciate here is just the communication to the bullpen guys pregame, as far as situations that, we have a good chance of getting in there. And the 9th wasn't ever brought up tonight, in a 1-run lead. But, yeah, I had a good idea at some point. Just I was going to get in there,
After tonight's win, Sarah Langs, friend of the show, tweeted this out. Best run differential through the first 128 games of the season since 1900. You see the Dodgers down there at plus 287. That's the best since the 1944 St. Louis Cardinals 78 years ago. The gold standard, the 39 Yankees. 27 Yankees a lot as well. But, Jerry, what the Dodgers are doing, that's putting it, again, in some kind of historic perspective there, what they've been able to do, just beating up on teams.
I got asked this morning, is this the best Dodger team that we've seen the last 10, 12 years? And I got to say, yes. Complete team, top to bottom. And not just that, their bench comes off the bench and do incredible things. Austin Barnes, he's been productive. Now, has the average been there? No, but he doesn't play every day. He's driving the ball over the fence as well. Then Mookie Betts, the best leadoff hitter in all of baseball, followed by Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman. They have been extremely consistent offensively, defensively, and from the pitching side. So right now, they should, the way they've been playing, be on this historical
Yeah,
pace.
when you talk about the top of this lineup, you're talking about them setting the tone, setting the table for the offense, right? The big three. And obviously deservingly so what they've done this season. But then we also talk about setting the tone from the pitching staff. That's what the starters have done all season long. Each guy's gone out there, has been consistent. Even with the injuries, somebody else has picked up the slack, so that's also impressive with this team. And then this bullpen. The bullpen has had injuries as well, and guys have truly stepped up. And they are also one of the tops, if not the best, in baseball as well.
And they play great together. You know this. You can have a great team. You can have a talented team. Yeah. But you just don't play well together. You don't gel. We've seen this Dodger team gel extremely well. You have Trace Thompson coming over here, feeling comfortable like he's been here for the last 5, 10 years. A lot of guys have success here because they welcome everybody with open arms and allows each and every individual to be themselves.
Now 90-38 on the season. The magic number, it is down to 14. We will wrap things up. On the other side, Tyler Anderson gets the ball tomorrow while striking out 4, and it's going to be a great matchup against Jacob deGrom, the 2-time Cy Young Award winner for the Mets.
2 incredible pitchers, 2 different styles. You got the crafty lefty mixing and matching that combo, and Dr. deGrom throwing the thunder. Be ready for that fastball. Hit that number 1.
Tyler Anderson has stepped up all season long, and you know what? I see him stepping up once again, especially when you have a guy like deGrom on the other side.
Looking for his 14th win of the season. Should be a lot of fun. That does it for this edition of Access Sportsnet Dodgers. For Jerry, Nomar, and Kirsten, I'm John. Thanks for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Nomar, safe travels to New York.
Thank you.
All right.